In the wild, dramatic moments are often interpreted through a human lens, especially when seen in online videos with exciting titles. A headline about hyenas rescuing a baby animal from a python makes the scene sound heroic or intentional, but real animal behavior is driven by instinct, not compassion or moral decision making. Hyenas and pythons are both powerful predators that rely on survival strategies shaped over thousands of years. When they interact, the outcome is not based on rescue missions but on opportunity, caution, and the instinct to feed or avoid danger. If hyenas approach a python that has already captured an animal, it may look like a coordinated act of saving the victim, especially if the snake loosens its grip and retreats. However, the hyenas are motivated by food. They recognize that an animal in distress is vulnerable and that a python with a kill may be forced to abandon it if threatened. To people watching from the outside, this moment can be interpreted as a rescue, but in nature, there is no such intention. Each species acts for its own benefit, and what appears dramatic is simply the result of competing survival strategies. Hyenas are often misunderstood because of how they are portrayed in media, but in reality, they are intelligent, social, and highly effective predators. Spotted hyenas in particular live in large groups called clans, which can include dozens of individuals. Their social structure allows them to coordinate efficiently when defending territory or competing for food. When they encounter another predator, such as a lion, leopard, or large snake, their behavior depends on numbers and confidence. A single hyena would be cautious around a python, especially one large enough to constrict medium-sized prey. But several hyenas together may become bold, using their presence and vocalizations to intimidate the snake. Pythons do not want unnecessary conflict because any injury can threaten their survival, especially since they rely on ambush hunting rather than speed. If confronted by multiple hyenas, a python will often release whatever it is holding and retreat, not because it fears for the animal it was constricting, but because escaping becomes the safest option. In the aftermath, the hyenas might consume the weakened or already dead animal. So while humans may interpret this as an act of rescue, it is actually a competition over food resources. Large pythons, such as the African rock python, are capable of taking surprisingly big prey, including antelope, monkeys, and occasionally even young predators. A small or unattended hyena pup could theoretically be targeted, but such situations are extremely rare. Hyena dens are usually hidden and well guarded by adult females, who are fiercely protective and known to drive off much larger threats. Most real interactions between pythons and hyenas occur when both are drawn to the same vulnerable animal or carcass. In those cases, the python attempts to secure a meal quickly, while hyenas assess whether they can steal it. Scavenging is a major part of hyena life not because they are weak hunters, but because taking an existing kill requires less energy than chasing one down. This behavior is common among many predators, including lions and leopards, who will also seize opportunities when available. In the natural world, efficiency often matters more than aggression. Online wildlife content can easily distort these realities. Many videos combine unrelated clips, or they frame normal animal behavior as something extraordinary by adding dramatic music and exaggerated narration. Titles are designed to grab attention, which means they often describe events in emotional or heroic terms that do not match what actually happened. The idea of a rescue appeals to viewers because it mirrors human stories of bravery and empathy. But animals do not operate within those concepts. Their decisions are responses to hunger, threat, territory, or instincts embedded in their biology. Understanding this does not make nature any less fascinating. In fact, the truth is often more complex than the simplified stories seen online. When a python releases its hold because hyenas arrive, it demonstrates how power balances shift in the ecosystem. When hyenas take the opportunity to feed on a distressed animal, it shows how competitive and efficient the food chain can be. Instead of a heroic rescue, what we are witnessing is the constant negotiation for survival. Recognizing these patterns helps people appreciate wildlife without projecting human motivations onto it. Real animal behavior is neither cruel nor noble, it simply exists. Every creature, from the silent ambush of a python to the strategic cooperation of hyenas, plays a role in maintaining ecological balance. Moments that appear dramatic are often just the result of instinctive responses playing out in real time. When observed with understanding instead of emotion, these natural interactions become even more impressive.